All right, we have Penn Relays coming up this weekend, and all of us that's on this set right now, we will be there, and I'm so excited for Penn. We'll see everything from masters, everything all the way down to your high schoolers, and everybody's going to be running fast times. It's Penn Relays. They call it Jamaican Relays too, but everybody's showing up. It's the oldest relay in the States. So it's going to be a fun time. I'm going to kick us off with first this video before we dive into the heats and all the things. But let's go ahead and play this video. It is Bullis, and spoiler alert, this is from last year. It's 1.2 million on YouTube right now, which is how I got pulled. And basically, one of the legs falls, and Quincy Wilson does what he does best, and he comes back with a 44 split to take the win. Let's go ahead and play the video.
Bishop Carroll, LaSalle Academy, Rhode Island, Homewood Tech. Oh my goodness, a little bit of commotion, and that looked like Bullis with the drop. This way up into fourth, but running away with it is Archbishop Carroll on the lead into the final 200 meters of this final open class prelim.
There's four.
It's all about time. Quincy's into second for Bullis. Samantha Catholic around the outside of St. Elizabeth Tech. Archbishop Carroll off the turn, but this is Quincy Wilson bringing Franklin Field to its feet down the home straightaway. They fell early, but are back on their feet and onto the Championship of America final. Quincy Wilson, 44:37, the fastest high school.
This is pre-Olympics.
Yeah.
That's insane. I mean, I know me and you were there for sure. I don't think I was watching originally. I think I came out when I heard all the commotion because I was working. Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I mean, for one, Penn Relays, if you're a sprinter, you better be a football player type sprinter because it gets physical, as you just saw.
Yeah.
Their guy went down, and he gets back up, and you're like, yes, he got up. I mean, you could just sense the drama getting ready to play out. What is Quincy going to do? And I've only been in one stadium that was crazy like that in a race, and that was the Matthew Bowling year when he came from way behind. That place was berserk. You got the Jamaicans going crazy. I mean, I don't even know if people were rooting for anyone other than Quincy to make this exciting. And it was rocking. Franklin Field was literally rocking.
Wow.
When that was happening. It was unbelievable.
I love it. It sounded like it. When I say ran, I say I need to see what's going on. Yeah.
He was hunting him down. Like, I feel like, you guys ever watch like Bugs Bunny and that guy, he's hunting wabbits, him? He was hunting him down. And I really do wonder when he got that baton, what was he thinking? Because me personally, I feel like I'm a pretty mentally tough person, right? But I would be like, okay, this is the race for second. I don't know if I'm going to win this race. And the fact that he was able to catch the kid from Archbishop Malloy who had a sizable lead is crazy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I wasn't a Quincy hater before this. I was a skeptic. I'm from Texas, like, man, we got people that can do that.
Yeah.
But when he did that, and if you looked at the end, he didn't just pass everybody. He kept going. It wasn't like, oh, I got you at the end. He dominated that track. And
Yeah.
I mean, that was almost humanly impossible. You just thought that, seeing the deficit he had to do, and knowing that his running style, like, he's heel to toe, he can't do this. I'll never doubt the kid again, ever.
100%. I think also, like, kudos to the rest of the relay.
Yeah, for real.
If I saw my teammate fall, I'd be like, jog it in, girl.
Yeah.
Like, I respect it. But I think for them to, like, pick it up and still race.
For them to not deny us from seeing that, those dudes, hey, I buy them all something when I'm there. I get you a Penn Relays T-shirt for this. We could have been denied seeing that, but they got up, they ran through. I mean, you got to give it credit to their coaching and their mentors and everyone there for instilling that in them. But they could have, like I said, packed it in. They didn't.
They got some good coaching over there. I don't know if it was like a threat or like a comfort thing, but I know in their heart, they're like, I need to get up and keep going.
Yeah, and it wasn't
Coach Joe might come talk to me.
Yeah, Coach Joe don't play that. He don't play that. And, the many times we've spoken to him, he always kind of doubles down on accountability. He's one of those ones where it's like, yo, this is on us, so fix it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just Quincy in you saying that. Accountability, the other legs had to do their job
Yes.
to allow him to be close enough to do that. So
100%.
And to do it on that track as well, because Penn Relays doesn't have the most comfortable track to run on. It's very, what did I say, squoval, right?
Yeah, squoval. Yeah, they got the rail in the middle.
The rail,
Yeah.
the shape is a little funny. It's not the fastest of tracks in that aspect. So the fact that he was able to, come from behind and do all that despite the fall.
Yeah.
So the level of maturity he has, like, as a kid in the sport, the whole team, kudos.
Yeah, that was crazy.
100%. All right. Since we're talking on high school, talk to me. Well, you are a master of all things when it comes to high school runners. Tell me what I should be looking out for this weekend.
It is the Penn Relays. So, of course, everybody are going to have their sights set on the relays. St. Jago, St. Elizabeth Tech, Homewood Tech, Elixir, Edwin Allen. I don't want to miss anyone, but the Jamaicans are coming. Every year, they're coming. Them against Bullis, Archbishop Carroll, Illinois Roosevelt, all those great teams. We're excited to see those, especially in the 4x1s. But the 4x4, I'm wanting to see how that is going to play out. Jamaicans, I mean, we saw this last year. They probably feel some kind of way about that. And then Bullis has already run 3:19 outside. They did that indoors and outside. Toms River North, they ran 3:14, and Downington West, Tom Rivers from New Jersey and Downington West from Pennsylvania, they ran 3:15 indoors. So I think this is their first real outdoor competition. And to run that fast indoors, I want to see how that's going to translate on the outdoor track. Union Catholic girls, 4x8, they're going to crush it.
I saw them, what was it, New Balance?
Yep. New
Yeah,
Balance.
those girls be running.
Yeah, and they don't play. That's their event. I mean, yeah, you know, Sydney went there, but the 800, 1600, 4x4s, I'm definitely looking forward to them. And then the boys 4x8, St. John's Catholic, they came to Texas Relays and like, man, did you see what we did indoors? And then I'm like, yeah, kind of, what'd y'all do? And they told me the time. I'm like, 7:37, you lying. So I went back to check it out. Yeah, they missed the national record, which was 7:36.9 by 0.06 of a second.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, that's very minuscule. And to run that fast indoors, I mean, you were at New Balance,
Yeah.
right? To run 800 meters, 4 guys that fast, passing people is very, very hard to do. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. They were second here last year. Of course, I think it was Jamaica College won. And I can't remember the team. Christian Brothers, I think, had fallen just before the finish line. So I'm excited to see how that's going to play out. It is the relays, but distance events are going to be great out there. In the boys mile, you have Evan Noonan from California coming. I think he's just getting healthy. He ran 4:04 in the mile. And then you got some guys, Zachary.
Wait, is that the
Youngblood.
guy from Georgia?
No, he's from California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's from Dana Hills. I think they got the stripes going across.
Got you.
Zachary Youngblood from Tennessee, along with Owen Clemens and Caleb Burrows, they ran 4:10 and under indoors for the mile. And the girls' mile is going to be crazy. 4 girls under 4:45, at least 4. So keep an eye out on the distance events. I know it's the relays and the throws. The Northeast teams, they give them something, they're going to throw it. They're going to throw it well, just historically. So keep an eye on the things going outside of the track, along with the distance events and, of course, the relays.
I love it. I know you brought up the Jamaican high schools. We have a Jamaican 4-part series coming out. Nia, I know you were there. So I'm going to specifically talk about 4x4.
Okay.
Because we got to see some of the kids from Champs running at Grand Slam in Kingston. Talk to me. What's your opinions? We've seen Bullis. They can come back, but we've also seen, what school was it that they had 2 guys?
Oh, Kingston College.
Kingston College. Where'd they go? Sub what?
Well, they 245 guys, they went in Champs, you know, and a part of me is almost like, they might take it. You, Coach Joe, you know I love you.
I'll keep that part in.
But they have such dominant guys on their team, and they're also, let's talk about momentum for a second. We love to forget about Jamaica until the Penn Relays comes about, but these kids have just finished winning Champs, going to Grand Slam on a grand stage. They're in their tip-top shape when honestly a lot of these kids in America are just beginning their outdoor season. So we cannot forget about them. And even on the girls' side, I'm really excited to see, like, I've never seen Sydney Sutton in such great shape, and I'd love to see her go head-to-head with Abigail from Heidel. So it's going to be very interesting. And one thing I really do like is the respect between the coaches. Coach Bennett at Heidel, Coach Joe from Bullis, they give each other their kudos. They give each other their credit. And the respect there, he's like, you know, they have a phenomenal program. We have our eyes on them. We're going to be there to challenge them. And then also, aside from challenging them and thinking about like the schools in America, they think about how much they put in to actually get there. Oftentimes we are just looking at the success of these schools, which is why this series is so important. We're going to see what they do and how they get to where they are, because we just see the greatness. We never see what's happening behind the scenes, such as the lack of resources, the lack of money, and they this is very important. This is very premier for them. So they're here to run, and they're going to do nothing other than that.
I love that.
4x4 is at the Penn Relays is like nothing I've ever seen. Yeah, you could have 4 guys and girls run, but those exchange zones it's like WWE.
Yeah.
There. I mean, you could have the 4 fastest guys or the 4 fastest girls, but somehow you have to work that exchange, survive the exchange zone, and then run. So indoor track, I think, does help a little bit with that because you're pushing guys and girls all in, but that line at the Penn Relays is crazy. And you don't have the long straightaway coming off the turn as you typically would have. Yeah, that's
Told you.
But some of these coaches have been here year in, year out. They know how to prepare for that, how to get their kids some kind of live game experience before getting there. So I think that's also going to be a big, major impact in that. So we'll have to see. You can't just have the 4 fastest kids. You have to have some kids like we saw Bullis, not afraid to hit that track and get back up and then do your thing. So I'm excited. I'm always looking forward to the 4x4 because literally it's like watching a wrestling match.
For sure. Track is a contact sport.
Well, I wonder, how do you guys think Bullis can match up against Kingston College in that 4x4? Knowing what we know about Kingston College, knowing what we know about Bullis, and they have 4 very strong legs, but what do you guys think?
I think it goes back to the exchange zone, and I think your point is right. Like, indoor season kind of prepares you for that because indoor you're together. Like, it's a short track, and it's like to be able to accelerate, and you have 4 curves instead of 2. Like, I think indoor prepares you, and I think we've seen that. I think even on the girls and boys side, for Bullis, they have he's a sophomore. I believe his name is Cameron. At New Balance, he had a huge PB by like over a second. And I think, I know Coach Joe is preparing for bigger things, but I think Coach Joe, I think they have dominant athletes. I think they have athletes that are willing to step up. And I think even though Quincy's young, he like brings his teammates with him, and I respect that. Like, they're all dogs. I think they're all willing to fight. And I think we see it firsthand. Like, to fall down and get up, I can commend you for that because we saw people in a 4x2 at New Balance. Some of them, I'm not going to name any names, but some of the teams, if they were at the exchange zone or something happened, they walked off the track.
Yeah.
Not my coach.
Archbishop Bullis. I was like, not my coach. And some of these schools, I know, like knowing their coaches, they would never. That's not what they instill. So I think it will be a fight to the finish. I hope it's close, and I hope it's good weather.
It will be. In my opinion, their X factor, aside from Quincy, is going to be Colin. He's an extremely strong runner, super versatile. I know the 800 is his dominant event. And for those of you who don't know, he committed to Stanford. But I love his style. He runs that 4x4 like his life depends on it. And I think he may be their X factor in keeping that race close.
Yeah.
I think the strategy is important as a coach and how you put your lineup. You have to have, of course, every 4x4, first leg get you out in a good position. You want to be in the lead when you hit that break. And the second leg has to be a dog. They have to be fast. They have to be kind of physical because you cannot be in the trash, as they like to say, at the exchange zone and coming off that turn. So if your first 2 legs can pretty much run in the front and run open, free, and away from contact, and we saw that big field in that video, how everybody was just so bunched up, that's going to be an important part. Of course, the final, everybody's going to give their best, but you have to be able to be in a good position. I would like to be chased rather than chasing. Is it best maybe not to put Quincy on 4th leg, put him in the middle, and say, hey, come
hot take.
Ooh, start him.
Oh, I also think Bullis has a little chip on their shoulder.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. I'll be there.
They did
I'll
get
be
beat
there
in
watching.
Florida, so I mean, they're
The
not
weather's
used to.
going to be nice, too.
The weather's going to be
Ish.
nice. Yeah.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah, I'll be watching. Yeah, don't slack me. You could sit by me. We could watch together. This is not the time.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
Yeah, we'll talk later. I'm excited. And then one more, I do have to just mention, I don't remember what time they ran, but I had a chance of talking with Marco Langen of Villanova. They are running the 4x mile, and rumor has it they're going for a little record. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll insert last year's video. They won. They're defending champions. He said they have like hundreds of wheels all across their school. So, hey, I'll be watching.
Okay.
Yeah.